The conception of unconscious mind, Bhavang Chit, constituted to views regarding freedom that are not conformity with the teachings of the early Buddhism. Acharya Buddha Ghosh, who was probably thinking of concept of Alaya Vigyan as explained in the Lankavatara Sutra, set forth the theory of Bhavanga as a better alternative. In contrast to the active thought process, which he calls as a Bithi Chit. Bithi means course or path or process, and therefore equivalent to the Pravritti Vigyan. He considered Bhavanga as a Bithi Mut, that is the mind free of the thought process. In addition to positing a mind free of thought, Acharya Buddha Ghosh referred to this as the natural condition of the mind. Surprisingly, he did not realize that he was presenting a strongly metaphysical view comparable to that of Lankavatar. In fact, he was utilizing the terminology of the Lankavatar when he considered or described the thought-free Bithi-mut mind as Pakati Mano Prakriti Prabhaswar Chit. Bhavanga Chit or Bithi Mut and Alaya Vigyan. Now we are going to discuss both these things. The Bhavanga Chit is thus taken to be the natural state of mind, not only free from all impurities, hence shining forth in its own radiance. It introduced a totally different interpretation of the notion of freedom, Nibbana, from what was recognized in the early Buddhist tradition. Bhavanga Chitta or the Bithi Mut, distinguished from the sensory activities and thought processes, Bithi Chitta or Pravritti Vigyan, is an echo of the state of cessation, Nirodha Samapatti. The tendency to look upon the consciousness of the freed one as being different from consciousness involved in sensory experience seems to have been strengthened in the Theravada tradition as a result of Buddha Ghosh theorizing. Just as the storehouse consciousness continues to flow incessantly till the attainment of the enlightenment, in the same way the Bhavanga mind also continues till it is absorbed in Nirupadishesh Nirvana Dhatu of the Arhat. As the waves from the sea, there is the manifestation pravritti of the seven pravritti Vigyan, and in the end they dissolve in it. In the same way, the six pravritti Vigyan, Bithi Chit, have a tendency to move and dissolve in the same way. Vigyanavadi believes that the storehouse consciousness is the maturation of wholesome, unwholesome action. Even in the opinion of the Asthirvadi, the Bhavanga consciousness also is the maturation of the wholesome, unwholesome action. Like a storehouse consciousness, Bhavanga Chitta also performs the act of rebirth, linking Patisandhi, taking rebirth again, and death, Chuti, both storehouse consciousness and Bhavanga are conditioned and momentary. According to Vigyanavad, the imprints of all the wholesome, unwholesome, indetermined mind remains rooted in the storehouse consciousness. That is the basis of the seeds of all the phenomena. In the same way, from Bhavang consciousness also generates six Vijnana Vidya and in the end becomes degenerated in it. As a result, that too becomes the basis of imprints Vasana. आलय विज्ञान तथागत गर्भ and prakriti prabhaswar चित्त. The alay vigyan of the Lanka avatar is explained in identical terms with the further notation that it is also the consciousness of the Tathagat or the Om of the Tathagat Garbha preserved its pristine purity. Furthermore, the popular Mahayana idea of the Bodhicitta is nothing more or less than the original mind Pakati Mano or the originally pure thought Prakriti Prabhaswar Chitta. The theory of the Prabhaswar Chitta is also known to the Pali scriptures. It is said in the Anguttara Nikaya, Pabhasaram midam Bhikkhave chittam tam cha kho aguntuke hi upkilese hi upkilitham and aguntuke hi upkilese hi vipmuttam. But the Theravadins interpret it as a Bhavanga Chitta, that is the Patisandhi Chitta causing a rebirth. Now a Patisandhi Chitta can either be a Kusal Vipak or an Akusal Vipak Chitta accompanied by Kusal Vipak Mool like Alobha, Adosa and Amoha or Akusal Vipak Mulaj like Lobha, Dosa and Moha. But according to the Theravada Abhidharma, only the Kusala Vipaka Chittas are Sahetuk, that is, have the Mulaj. The Akusal Vipaka Chitta is considered to be a Hetuk, that is devoid of any Mulaj. No reason for such discrimination is given either in the Atkathas or in later Tikas. Dharmanand Kosambi explains that the Akusal Vipaka Chitta is considered a Hetuk because the Akusal Mulaj do not strengthen each other. Akusal Hetuj Lobha Moha cha doso moho va ekatham uplabti te cha ayyamayam na binasanti dubbalam yev karonti te भावनाय बुद्धिम न गच्छति तम च पुग्गलम मंदम मूलहम करोन्ति तस्मा ते ही संपयुक्तम अकुशल कम्मम एकमेव अकुशल विपाकम हेतुक पटिसंधिम देति. The real reason for such discrimination is perhaps to be found in the Theravada interpretation at the Pabhasar Chitta as a Bhavanga Chitta. They must have thought that a Pabhasar Chitta can have the Kusal Mulaj, which are pure, but cannot possess the Akusal Mulaj, and hence formulated a rule that the Akusal Vipaka Chitta is a Hetuk.